It's the last Friday running of the 2019 Formula 1 season, and we have a unique set of circumstances, with FP1 being held in the afternoon and FP2 being held in twilight. But that's all part of the magic of the Yas Marina circuit. Welcome to Friday's report of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So Formula 1 comes to Abu Dhabi on the back of what was the most exciting Grand Prix of the season in Brazil. Max Verstappen, Pierre Gasly and Carlos Sainz graced the podium, with drama happening all around the field. After 10 months of racing, this is the final round of the season here under the setting sun of Abu Dhabi. Lewis Hamilton is already the 2019 champion, with his teammate Valtteri Bottas confirmed in second. The battle for third is heating up between Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc and Sebastian Vettel, the two Ferraris on the back foot after their collision in Brazil. Sixth is also a battle. The two first-time podium scorers of Pierre Gasly and Carlos Sainz are level on 95 points, and behind them they have Albon in the Red Bull chasing them down. And from Ricciardo all the way to Kvyat in 14th place is the battle for 9th. Below that is Stroll, Magnussen and Giovinazzi battling for 15th, with Grosjean, Kubica and Russell out of any battles. In the Constructors' Championship, the top 4 places are already confirmed, with Mercedes crowned champions for the 6th year running, with Ferrari second, Red Bull third, and brilliant news with McLaren confirming 4th place with their first podium since 2014, last time out in Brazil. The big team battle to watch out for is between Renault and Toro Rosso for 5th place in the championship, with Racing Point having a massive outside chance of getting 5th. In fact, it's more likely Racing Point will focus on retaining 7th place from Alfa Romeo, with only 10 points back in 8th place. The bottom half of the table has also been decided, with Haas finishing 9th and Williams with 10th. No matter how many points they score, they will remain in the same positions at the end of the season. Hello everybody, welcome to Free Practice Report here for the Friday Practice Review ahead of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix this weekend. Let's start off first of all then with the Free Practice 1 report. Valtteri Bottas has to start the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix from the back of the grid due to a new power unit after Brazil. But the Finn showed there's plenty of pace in the newly powered Mercedes W10. He topped FP1 with Red Bull's Max Verstappen in 2nd place. Ferrari Sebastian Vettel ended his session in the wall at turn 19. He suffered a spin that damaged his rear left tyre, broke a bit of the suspension as well, and had to result in a change of the guard for the car. So his practice start in the session was cancelled, and nobody got to do any practice starts on the grid because the red flag came out with 2 minutes remaining on the clock. The session was not to be restarted. Ahead of him, Lewis Hamilton survived his Mercedes, switching to limp home mode early on in FP1, caused by a sensor issue. He finished 3rd ahead of Red Bull's Alexander Albon. Romain Grosjean using a new simulator developed set up on his Haas car, and it did him a lot of good actually, because he ended up P6 in the session ahead of Charles Leclerc. Magnussen was P8, Antonio Giovinazzi P9, and Nico Hülkenberg rounding out P10, who's having his last outing in Formula 1 with the Renault team as well, after not getting the Williams seat that's been filled by Nicholas Latifi. Meanwhile, there looks to be more to come from the McLaren pair as well. Carlos Sainz only managing P17 in that session, 1 place behind Pierre Gasly in the Toro Rosso, as Lando Norris finished in P11, so there's definitely more to come in that one. Daniel Ricciardo forced out of the session early on, his Renault running a Friday power unit, spilling oil out of the last corner with some flames as well, and having to put out a red flag to bring it back in after turn 21. Bottas lucky to survive a slip on Ricciardo's oil and collecting a wild moment that sent him skating onto the final corner. But he did top Free Practice 1 despite having to start from the back of the grid. Let's take a look at the times from Free Practice 1. So Valtteri Bottas topped the first practice session on a 1:36 1:37.957. Max Verstappen was second fastest on a 1:37.492. Lewis Hamilton in third place at 1:37.591. Alexander Albon fourth at 1:38.084. Sebastian Vettel fifth place at 1:38.906. Romain Grosjean sixth fastest at 1:39.146. Charles Leclerc is 7th on a 1:39.249. Kevin Magnussen is 8th at 1:39.350. Antonio Giovinazzi 9th at 1:39.423. And Nico Hülkenberg rounds out the top 10 on a 1:39.505. Lando Norris then starts the next table on 11th place on a 1:39.628. Then we get Lance Stroll in 12th place at 1:39.864. Kimi Räikkönen is 13th on a 1:39.888. Then we get Sergio Perez 14th at 1:39.901. Danny Kvyat 15th at 1:39.969. And then Pierre Gasly is 16th, the first one in the 140s, at 1:44.01. Carlos Sainz is 17th on a 1:40.687. Robert Kubica 18th at 1:47.92. Daniel Ricciardo is 19th fastest at 1:40.850. And George Russell rounds out in 20th place with illness and maybe not even be able to run tomorrow in practice 3. He is 20th at 1:41.362. Let's go on then to the free practice 2 report for the 2019 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Valtteri Bottas once again topped the timing sheets. He was on a cooler track temperature this time. He managed to do a 1:36.256 as well. Fastest time of the weekend so far, to put in 3/10 up on teammate Lewis Hamilton, who finished second. Charles Leclerc finished in third place as well for Ferrari. But it wasn't all plain sailing for Mercedes or for Valtteri Bottas. Bottas attempted to pass Haas's Romain Grosjean coming into turn 11. Bottas with a very late dive into the apex. Grosjean turned in on him, and the stewards are currently debating right now who is at fault. I personally believe it looked to be a racing incident. However, Grosjean was looking in the mirror and Bottas was very late on the move. So it seems to be very difficult to tell if anyone was to blame. That's why I say it's a racing incident, but we are waiting for the official stewards about that one. The stewards are investigating the incident throughout the evening. As for Hamilton, hoping to win a 5th Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, he began the session complaining of a problem with the downshift in his car. He shrugged those off there and finished just ahead of Charles Leclerc. Ferrari's weekend didn't start ideally. Sebastian Vettel ended FP1, as I said, in the wall as well. He had to have a new floor put in as well, a new rear suspension. However, Vettel did end up P4. Verstappen finished FP1 second fastest, 5/10 behind of Bottas this time around. He was about 5/10 off the team Mercedes. He did finish down in 5th place this time for Verstappen in FP2. He was half a second faster, though, than his teammate of Alexander Albon. 7th, well, it was Grosjean as well, brought to a close quite early on due to the collision. Magnussen was 14th, half a second slower than Grosjean as well, so it was all downhill from there. Sergio Perez has scored in every Abu Dhabi Grand Prix since 2013 and has finished a promising P8 in FP2 as well, ahead of Danny Kvyat. Gasly outside the top 10, rounding out as well. Renault replaced Danny Ricciardo's engine for FP1. After an oil leak, he finished P15, just ahead of Nico Hülkenberg and ahead of the two Alphas and the Williams pair rounding out the field as well. It's all go here for free practice 2, but it's all now concluded. Practice is done. One more session remains on Saturday before qualifying the race. This season is just going too damn quick. Let's take a look at the times from free practice 2. So Valtteri Bottas is fastest in the second practice session as well, at 1:36.256. Lewis Hamilton is in second at 1:36.566. Charles Leclerc third on a 1:36.642. Then we get Sebastian Vettel fourth on a 1:36.691. Max Verstappen is 5th on a 1:36.807. Alexander Albon 6th on 1:37.288. Romain Grosjean is 7th on a 1:37.601. Sergio Perez 8th on a 1:37.637. Danny Kvyat 9th on 1:37.651. And rounding out the top 10 once again, Pierre Gasly on a 1:37.770. Then we get Carlos Sainz as P11th for McLaren at 1:37.834. Lando Norris is 12th fastest at 1:37.918. Lance Stroll 13th on a 1:37.985. Kevin Magnussen is 14th at 1:38.080. Then we get Nico Hülkenberg 15th on a 138.122. Daniel Ricciardo 16th on 138.4. Then we had 17th for Kimi Raikkonen on 138.415. Antonio Giovinazzi's 18th on 138.464. George Russell 19th on 139.512. And Robert Kubica rounding out the grid in 20th on 140.455. Okay, so we'll be back tomorrow at 12:30 UK time, that's in the PM as well, in the afternoon, for coverage of the third practice session in the report as well. Don't forget, we've got some special things lined up on Sunday, an extra long build-up show, and as well the wrap-up show, which is at 7 PM UK time on the Sunday as well. So, Mercedes have topped free practice 1 and 2 with Valtteri Bottas, but it's not as it seems, because Bottas has to start at the back of the grid. So that automatically brings Ferrari and Red Bull into the mix. They were close enough to Hamilton to mount a charge. It's all go here in Abu Dhabi, and I can't wait for qualifying tomorrow. From us all here, it's goodbye for now.